What's up? What's up? You know what's going on, man? It's Bezo803 on that social media. You're now tuned into another episode of Big Motion Podcast. We got the amazing Miss Anneka Brown in the building, owner of Rare Flame Candles.
Thank you.
How you doing, Queen? What's up?
All is well. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey,
I appreciate it.
Hey, I definitely was looking forward to having you here. When I met you through retail therapy, doing my events, you just had a vibrant spirit and just motivated, energized, and you're like a rare person. So where does that come from? Just being like that, because everybody's not like that, just naturally.
It's a gift from God.
Yeah. Okay.
Honestly, I just feel like He always set me apart from just growing up, being a little girl.
Yeah.
Middle school, high school,
Gotcha,
till an adult.
gotcha.
So.
Gotcha. That's love. So talk about Rare Flame Candles. First of all, where did the name come from, and how did you come up with the name for your brand?
Okay. All right. So, and I normally say that because normally people ask me that afterwards, but Rare Flame Candles was inspired by basically one day I was in my apartment going through depression, anxiety.
Wow. Okay.
And I asked God, I said, Lord, I said, I need something. I said, I need for you to give me something because last year or so, like before it had happened, before Red Flame Candles came about, my best friend and I, we were talking about ventures that he thought that, would be really good fits for me. And I'm the type of person, like, I feel like we all have like a lot of different talents and gifts that God gave us, but our actually true passion, like our purpose, is like way opposite of what we expected to be. So like he's like do lashes, just a whole bunch of other stuff. And I'm like, okay, Frank, because he always be like, you're supposed to be a millionaire now. Why you always working? So I had a job since I was 15.
Wow, 15.
So yeah.
We're gonna get into all that.
So anyway,
we'll get into all that.
I was just like, Lord, I need something because my best friend, he had got killed back in 2021. And then 2 weeks later, I call him my dad, but he was my stepdad. He raised me and my sisters, and he got killed 2 weeks later. So their birthday is like May 19th, May 20th. So after all that had happened, one day I was just at home and I was just like, no, Lord, I need something because I can't be in this dark place forever. And he came to me and he said, let your light shine. So I was like, okay. And I'm like, let your light shine. Like, what this mean? I'm like thinking like, well, I've always loved candles. Candles, have been a thing for me. I love smell goods. But I'm like, okay, so let your light shine. And the candles came. And I'm like, so, Lord, if you're saying let my light shine, if candles is going to be the way I'm going to share my testimony, I need a name. Like, and you've already set me apart. So give me something that's going to be unique to who I am, who you created me to be. And I start writing down like unique candles. I start like different, like what's the good? And then it came Rare Flame. So then I was like, when he gave it to me, that's just what it's been.
Yeah, I like it, man. Rare Flame Candles. What was like the name that you almost went with before Rare Flame?
Honestly, it wasn't no other name.
Okay,
it was like
just,
I told you,
okay,
like
just like
that was it.
Got you. That's beautiful. I thank you for sharing that story. And that's a good story because a lot of times, people just starting brands based off of what's trending. But when you got a purpose behind the brand, a passion behind the brand, you can tell, and it really sets the brand apart and helps the brand thrive. And people can buy into that because it's people that relate to you and your story. So that's great. Speaking of story, we like to get some context on who we interviewing. So we want to take it back, all the way back to where you're originally from.
So I was born in Florence, South Carolina.
Flowtown in the building.
Yes, sir. But
what part of Florence? Florence got different parts.
Okay, so I grew up North Florence. My grandma still lives in North Florence.
Yeah, big shot grandma.
Yeah. So then she moved us like when I was in the 3rd grade to Darlington.
D-Town.
So I ended up graduating from Darlington High.
Okay.
And then I moved to Columbia about 2019, I think.
But what was like in your childhood? Like, what was it like growing up in Florence and then Darlington? What was you like? What was you doing?
Well, Florence and Darlington for me is two different places. I guess because
Talk about Florence first, then.
Florence is the hood for me. It's that you get that culture where it's like survival of the fittest. You just go from sleeping, making pallets on the floor, everybody piled up at grandmother's house. And then in Darlington, like Florence is where all my family is, so I don't have no like blood family in Darlington.
Okay.
So Darlington is my stepdad's family, like in between Darlington and Hartsville. Growing up in Darlington, I was country girl. We lived in the country, like Dusville area. Dang. 4-wheelers, nothing but land.
You was outside.
Outside. We had nothing else to do. And it was different. Yeah. That growing up then compared to how the kids grow up now, because we didn't get cell phones until we 11, 12. Yeah. My mama used to take it from us. We do something, couldn't get that phone back. So.
How old are you anyway?
I'm 28.
Okay, good. So you probably had like a you was around. Now you wasn't around for Singular Wireless. That's my age.
Nah, wait a minute. It was singular. Yeah, it was singular.
Oh, okay.
No. Well, I grew up. It was Autel. Singular. Autel. Yeah. See they.
I was about to say, I'm 36. My first cell phone was the Singular Wireless joint. Ain't no screen on it or nothing. Just you can text T9, you can talk. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's dope. So growing up, was it like many examples of entrepreneurship in your family?
Honestly, it wasn't none.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my grandma, she was from up north. So she got a lot of family, my older cousins and stuff. Yeah. They got a couple of businesses that I've never been introduced to, so I don't know anything about it. Mm-hmm. So this is just building from the ground up. Wow. Teaching myself.
So you the family member that's going over the hill and and leading by example.
I'm the chosen one.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. I love that. We in a space of our people really coming into a space where we want to be business owners and try to attempt to free ourselves from the hamster wheel.
But it's hard.
It's
hard.
But we're gonna get there though.
Yeah, we're
gonna get there. So let's fast forward. So now high school. After that, what was you into? What was you doing?
Well, honestly, I was a bookworm. Yeah? I ain't gonna lie. I was a bookworm. I was into my books because my mama didn't play. It was
some books out there for the people you was into.
So in high school, I used to read a lot of poems. I used to write poetry all the time. I love to write. So Maya Angelou. There was a poem called "So What If I Am a Black Woman." Yeah. And I remember when Black History when I actually got to recite that poem word for word.
You still know it?
No, I don't know it, my friend. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know it. But give me some time to go back and read it.
That's all good. And I'll try you real quick.
Because it was a little girl. She was younger than me. Yeah. And it's an old poem. Okay. But it was basically during that time where just segregation laws and stuff that for Black women. So that was really always motivating and inspiring to me because I'm I'm going to be the Maya Angelou of my time. To really write and bring my people out through words and, be able to lead back. Because writing books, I'm an author. I got my minor in English literature. My bachelor's in psychology, my minor in English literature.
Pop it!
So, yes, sir.
The beautiful, educated Anneka Brown. My bad, y'all.
Yes, sir.
She ain't told me all that. She ain't told me she had, had them credentials like that.
So you got to get to know people. The more we talk and share testimonies, we get to know each other.
Right, facts. But what's your alma mater?
Francis Marion University.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. I went to Francis Marion University.
Okay.
2017, December 2017.
You went to homecoming out there? No?
And Francis Marion is not that type of school
that.
It's not giving that. And I don't following up my mama because that wasn't my dream school, but I don't regret it.
But it's a good school.
It's a very good school. Yeah. It's a very good
school.
So
how did college shape your career and your venture into entrepreneurship, you think?
Honestly, because having a bachelor's in psychology is almost just you got to be able to know how to work with people, period. No matter where you go, if you're not a people person, if you don't understand the dynamics of life, different personalities, and just being able to really adapt in different environments, you're really not going to be able to thrive in in workplace, working for somebody else, and then let alone entrepreneurship. So for me, because I never expected myself to be an entrepreneur, it's almost just like God had already had the path set up for me. Because my mom was like, I graduated at 16. So she like,
damn.
Oh,
you smart.
I mean, you trying to make it out. You trying to be the one. I ain't trying to just be working forever. But so she like, you either gonna get a job or you got to go to school. And so I'm like, I went and got a job at Burger King. I ain't even gonna lie.
BK.
I was like, I was like, I'm a teenager.
How was that experience for you at Burger King?
It ain't last long.
My first job was Chick-fil-A.
My first job was Cookout.
Oh, Cookout was your first job?
Cookout was my first job.
Oh, okay.
They had just built the first Cookout in Hartsville.
Yeah.
And my mom, because I was still in school, so you know how they have like work restrictions and stuff. But my mama used to, on the weekends, I used to literally work from sun up to sundown. And she used to be in the parking lot like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, sleep, waiting on me because I didn't drive. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the name of that restaurant? I'm jumping subjects. In Hartsville.
Yogi Bear.
Yogi Bear.
Man, go ahead. I knew
Big shout Yogi Bear.
Yeah, Yogi Bear got the best.
You gotta pop through Yogi Bear when you in Hartsville, man. They got the best chicken in the world, man. That's love. So going back to what we was talking about.
You making me hungry.
I'm hungry now. I got sidetracked. But okay, so you had a couple of jobs and all that. Cookout, Burger King. After high school, go to college, and what's your day job right now? As far as just did you do anything having to do with your major and stuff?
I did for a while. Like even before I had graduated, I was a mental health technician.
Okay.
And I was doing that with like adolescents back home in Florence. And then before I graduated, I had to work like 7:25. I was working at Palmetto Sub.
Palmetto Subs.
Palmetto Subs right there on Irby Street.
Yeah.
So, what it was? Let me see. After I finally had graduated, I ended up finally getting ready to move to. I worked like an odd job in Florence, but then I ended up moving to Columbia and I did mental health technician over on Farrow Road. Is it WellPath? Was correct here, WellPath now. Okay. So like I did some stuff, but like with psychology, you really have to go for like the masters and PhD level. So. I'm just using it at the level any way that I can now.
Certainly. And I ask you these questions because I want people to know that, you just like them. Yeah. You done been through it all. Because they see the brand now, and the brand is thriving, it's doing well. You outside, you moving around. But everybody got a story. Everybody started from somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Been through the struggle, been to this job, been in that job. You've been to college, which is great as well. And now you're here. So that's why I ask you these questions, just to get some backstory. Because... nothing's overnight and nothing just happens. Your journey, gets you to the success. Yep. So that's why I ask you those questions. But so fast forward to the story that you told when we first started, and what made you say like, okay, I worked these jobs, I went to college, and I know you said your friend died, which condolences for that. But what in this time was it ever like? This ain't really for me. I feel like I need to be an entrepreneur. I feel like I need to be. This is not like, this is not. Cause I know when I was working jobs, I always felt like, this ain't. This I'm doing it, but this ain't something I know. I know I'm supposed to be doing something different. Have you ever had that feeling?
That was me all the time. Like I got ADHD.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not even feel like I know I'm a fast learner, so I catch on to things quick. I get real bored easily. So like a lot of times in these in workplaces, in these jobs, they say it's room to grow. But really the people that's already at the top, the only people that's really growing. So like I just I'm like, no, ain't no way I'm gonna get content with this. Like I'm bigger than this. Like, and I feel like God started making me uncomfortable. And sometimes that, he have to push us out because otherwise we won't move.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what happened to me. I was working from home for like a year and a half recently, and I had got fired September the 8th. And so I'm like...
September the 8th.
September the 11th, my granddad died. So I was like, okay, this time in this season, I'm going to focus on Red Flame. Like, because God, you didn't gave me this vision. Like, I'm bigger than having to work for somebody. I feel like you've already trained me, prepared me, took me through all these different environments and, learning situations so that those things could help me build and learn, so I can use in my own empire, my own business. So that was the value in working for other people. I tell people, like, one of my candles is called Came Up. And that's every boss started off as a worker. So don't feel like...
Exactly. That's why I want to tell them stories.
Yeah, like your 9 to 5, you need that. I needed to have to work all those years, like up until now. Like, people think, oh, you're going to be an entrepreneur at 17, 21, excuse me. We don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
So, just stay down till you come up.
Exactly. Like I said, that's why I wanted to share those stories, because you said it all. You all start from someplace, and you might have to go through those things. Every time I get discouraged, I think about my days at the plant, and I say, "Nah, I got to get up and figure it out." And I always figure it out. Like, I'll think about a moment that really blew me. Like, I always tell this story about working at a plant, and they saying, "Hey guys, we need 3 months, no safety issues, and you're gonna get rewarded." So we pushing, we being careful, wishing you should be careful anyway. Yeah. But we being extra careful. Everybody's on point, and then 3 months go by, we reach the goal, and what they gave us? A candy bar. So
that's a true story.
Yeah, that's true. And I put it on Facebook, and when I put it on Facebook, other people said, "Oh yeah, my job did the same thing." So it's a common practice.
It make you feel like,
yeah, like I'm like, so stuff like that I think about when I get discouraged in entrepreneurship. Like, you gonna figure it out, or you gonna go back to that, to that system. Yeah. And I'm not saying it's bad, because some people learn how to thrive in that system, but my personality type, the way I am, I cannot thrive in that system. Yeah. But moving forward, so what has been one of the greatest challenges you faced so far in entrepreneurship, you would say?
One of the greatest challenges that I'm facing in entrepreneurship, I got 2. And because it's a learning process, really. It's the financial side, because like I said, I don't come from a business, a family, of entrepreneurship, of, people who already had businesses. So I'm having to learn how to do taxes, having to do so much stuff. Yeah. And then 2, I think, is not me focusing on who's not supporting me, but the people that are continuously showing up and promoting my brand, referring my brand. Because ultimately, like, people don't really understand how hard it is to keep going. Like, what I'm saying? And if I have to continue to show up and produce these products and, give you good results, I be expecting feedback. I be wanting, like, what I'm saying? Like, how y'all continue to show up for Bath and Body Works, Abercrombie and Fitch, whoever, that continuous support. Because for us, you know what I mean when I say for us, it's harder, especially because we're women. And we know that, women haven't always been able to thrive the way that we're thriving now. And so there's going to always be barriers where it's just like, dang, man, like, why it got to be so hard for me? But if my people don't show up, it makes it harder. So
yeah, you're right.
Those are the challenges I'm facing.
Well, those are very valid. And I think a lot of people who's watching will share those challenges as well, because that's what I'm up against now, the financial part. Because I know how to make money.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, being able to separate the money and pay myself and pay taxes. And, I pay my taxes.
We pay our taxes, okay?
But I'm just saying, like, it's a lot. Because when you're a creative, you just want to create.
That's it.
You ain't thinking about all that. But real. You got to think about all that if you want to scale a business up, and if you want to get funding as well. So
that's true.
It's definitely a challenge. But we gotta. What I've learned is I try to network with people that can solve my problems and do business with them. So I'm connected with tax professionals and finance professionals, and I think we just gotta. You can learn as much as you can, but at some point you gotta trust somebody else that's what they do. Yeah. So I'm encouraging you and everybody else, man. Find somebody you do your homework first, read some reviews, find somebody that's good with taxes, good with credit, good with finances, and say, hey, this is what I got going on, and they should be able to help you out. So what's one of the things you love most about your brand and entrepreneurship, this whole world?
The thing I love most about being an entrepreneur is being able to create, just being able to connect with other people.
Yeah.
Like, this connection.
Yeah.
I feel like some of your lifelong relationships and friendships come from being a business owner, because it's like these ain't the people that you grew up with. You don't even know these people, but they're helping you win and they're helping you get to the next level.
Facts.
That's rewarding.
It really is. Like, I watch when I do vendor events, Big Shot Retail Therapy.
Yes, sir.
And I watch I'm doing it for 3 years, and I watch my vendors, and I know my strong vendors. I know my strong brands, and you did Ventober, and you did the last Christmas holiday cheers.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, she official. I could just tell, because when you do vendor events, the person that communicates the best is going to win the most. And you was talking to everybody. You was vibrant. You was standing up. You wasn't on your phone, distracted. Some people sit there like they half sleep.
Yeah.
Like, you came to win. You came to meet people, and that's what it's about. And I know that's probably how you are in everything you do.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about. And I was like, yeah, she official. and through what I've been doing, I've been connecting with great people like you, especially with the podcast as well. So that's beautiful. I'm glad you shared that, because I can relate to that. So what's one of the biggest accomplishments you would say? We at the end of 2023 right now. We're going into 24. What's one of the biggest accomplishments you had this year?
Wow. One of the biggest accomplishments I've had this year would be having a seed year, because in December it made a year for Red Flame Candles.
Yeah, okay. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
You did something special? A sale? What you did for it?
Right now I have all of my 8-ounce candles, which are my quoted collection, which I originally started off with 5. Now we have 9. I put those on sale for $6 until the remaining of the year.
Okay.
So we almost sold out of candles. I have a lot of work to do between tonight.
Where you find? Since you said that, where they can find your candles at, real quick?
Well, they can follow us on Facebook at Red Flame Candles. We're also on Instagram, Red Flame Candles. It's Candles So Rare. You could just DM me, because the website is currently down.
Okay.
So we're trying to rebrand and really get it professional this year. Okay. But if you just send us a message, we'll send you the inventory, the list of everything that we have with the price sheet, and then we'll send you an invoice. We try to stay professional as possible. Everything can be accounted for.
Gotta be.
And we gotta pay our taxes. So
you're right. You gotta pay your taxes. We're gonna plug that again at the end.
Yes, sir.
But so y'all make sure y'all check out, man. She got some of the best candles around, man. So
thank you.
We're going into 24 right now. New Year's a couple of days away right now. What you looking forward to the most for your brand? Like, what can we expect? I know you don't want to let too much of the bag, probably, but
listen,
let the people know something.
We just gonna keep looking up. We got confident expectations are good. Everything is gonna grow this year. Everything is gonna be in order. We're gonna be popping up to new pop-up events.
Networking,
because the ultimate goal of Red Flame Candles is to eventually have a home-based location. And so I don't know if that's gonna be Columbia, South Carolina, Florence, or Sumter, but God's gonna provide us a location where we'll be able to come in and shop Sunday to Sunday. I want to be open
every
7
day.
days a week.
We ain't shutting down at all.
Listen, let your light shine every day. So
it's gonna happen for you.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
whether that be next year, the year before, whenever, but it's gonna happen.
I can see that happening.
Thank you.
We're gonna pray on that. We're gonna claim that. We're gonna manifest
yes, sir.
that.
Thank you.
So as a brand owner, real quick, what advice would you give to anybody that they might be going through a dark time, or they might they feel like I need something, and they know they probably thinking entrepreneurship, and they might want to do candles, they might want to do clothing, they might want to do real estate, whatever it could be. What's some advice you would give that person? They don't have nothing, they just figuring it out, and they want to start?
The advice I would give to that individual would be to pray. If you know the power in prayer, to ask God for guidance, for clarity. Because a lot of times people just want to make money. Mm-hmm. But if you want to find your purpose, then you got to pray. Mm-hmm. You got to research whatever it is that you're trying to do, you're considering doing. Take the time out to go online and to learn some information about it, mm-hmm. to see the longevity of it, and to really think about how you can not only make a difference in that area, but how you can make a difference in the world, because ultimately that's what we're here for. We need to change the world. So if you're considering doing anything, just pray and ask God for clarity. Excuse me.
Good. I love that.
Thank you.
We're here to change the world.
Yes, sir.
I love that, man. I like the way you put that. Cause that's definitely what a brand should be about. It should never just be about making money. Yep. And I definitely get that from you. And I watch your page and everything. It's just good energy, good vibes, good energy. So, speaking of candles, take us through like the process, not like detail by detail, but you make your own candles. Mm-hmm. Like you're not like what they call it rebranding them.
No,
you pouring them yourself.
Private label, no.
Yeah, private label.
I handcraft every single product from Red Flame Candles. So I got over 17 different products.
Wow. Okay.
Basically, I have a couple of wholesale suppliers, like Candle Science, a couple of ones that are familiar. I order from them. I basically, I consider whatever scents I want to use. So every scent that I make is, unique.
Yeah, how do you come up with your scent? Like, how do you know, like, okay, it's time for a new scent, or this is what it needs to be?
Well, you have to keep up with, like, holidays. So, like, seasons and stuff like that. Seasons change, scents change with the seasons sometimes. Me, I'm just a scent candle lover. So, any scent for me is really like, if it smells good, if it burn well, proper, I'm good. Yeah. But I normally get, like, 1 ounce samples from my orders. Because if you order a certain amount, they'll give you free 1 ounce samples. Mm-hmm. And I just trial and error. Play around with it. I let my people smell it. I give out free candles. So
hey, put me on the chest list.
I got you. You got candles, so how you like them?
I love them. I'm a candle person.
All right.
I'm an incense, oil burner, or burning oils and candle person.
Okay.
Like, seriously.
All right.
I clean my house, bleach it down. I'm old school.
All right.
Because on Saturday mornings we had to clean up, so I grew up like that. So I clean my house up good. I'm burning candles, incense, all that. Okay. Smell good in there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm not going to, like the young boys say, I ain't going to cap it down.
No cap.
So, back to the candle making. So, when you doing your content, how big is that? How big is content to you?
Content is very important, especially because social media is high volume.
Yeah.
But honestly and truthfully, it's a struggle for me.
Yeah. A lot of people say that.
Yeah. Having to create the product and the content, it's a little different when you just,
it's a lot.
It's a lot different.
It's a lot.
It's challenging.
But I want to encourage you to, when you're playing around, when you're making the candles, when you're sending them off for testing to your friends, all that's content. So you just need to say, slow down and let me put this camera up and catch it.
You're right, friend.
And then when you send it to your friends, say, hey, slow down, prop your camera up, and video you saying it smells good, whatever.
Yeah.
And then send it to me. So we got to slow down and capture that content, because everything you do is content. When the products come in FedEx or when the raw materials come in UPS, that's content.
Yeah.
If you can catch them, I got another load on the way. Oh, that's content.
Yeah.
So we just got to slow down and get that content. It's very, very important. Yeah. So, as candle is like a multi-billion-dollar business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of longevity in candle making.
A lot of longevity, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, what's your favorite candle, and what's the best-selling candle?
Ooh. All right. So, my favorite candle is Patience. That's quoted to stay down until you come up. And the best-selling candle is I got two bestsellers.
Okay.
One is out of the 8-ounce collection. It's the Came Up.
Mm.
The Every Boss Started Off as a Worker,
Mm-hmm.
and the 6.5-ounce Man of the House.
Mm.
You don't work, you don't eat.
Mm.
So I feel and like my ladies really love that Man of the House. So it's like a bergamot. It has cream in it. It's real settled and smooth.
Mm.
And it's just like you done came home from a long day of hustling and
I
just,
need one. You got one with you?
I got one with me.
I'm copping it from you. Dang, that make you want to get that joint.
Yes, sir.
See, that's why you need to make content, because the way you explain that just now, it makes somebody be like, I need one of those. I need one of those. So that's dope. That's dope. Like I said, candle making, mostly $1 billion industry. You making your way through this thing. Rare Flame Candles is, doing it big. I see you moving around. Can we see you? Are we going to see you outside next year? Networking events? Are you going to have your own events? Like what? The New Year is coming. What's going on? Talk to the people.
So you're definitely gonna see me. We gonna be outside.
Yeah.
This year, we just did our first candle making class.
Yeah.
We did that in September. Yeah.
Oh.
So we had our first candle making event. Come January 1st, I've got something special. We're gonna be pre-selling our tickets. I'm doing a candles and cocktail pouring class. So it's gonna be Get Litty. She does like mobile bartending. Big shop
Get Litty. I know her.
Yeah, Red Flame. We're gonna collab and do something big for the city. So I'm excited.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why that's the exclusive I needed right there.
Yeah, but that's the exclusive. The first person I told.
Hey.
So
Big Motion Podcast. We always know how to get them exclusive. I knew it was something she wanted to tell me. I just had to keep fishing real quick.
Yeah, we ready. That's what we working on.
Okay.
But we gonna be outside.
What's the date on that?
The date on that is gonna be February the 11th.
That's a Sunday.
That's a Sunday.
I'm in the building.
That's a Sunday.
I'm in the building.
Yes, sir.
I was big shout Too Lit.
Yes, I love my girl.
I'm a DJ, of course. So I was commissioned to DJ for a candle making event. Mm-hmm. And I was like, why didn't need a DJ for it? But anyway, I'd never been to one. So yeah, I came and I didn't know what to expect, but it was fun. It was lit. Yeah. They was drinking so much liquor and making candles, and the girl was like, you want to make one? I was like, yeah, I want to make one.
Well, you'll definitely be able to come. Even if you just stop by, I'll make sure I got you a candle making event. But we're going to have
buying a ticket.
Music, fun. We're going to have light refreshments, y'all. Our last candle making class, we did like some games and stuff.
Yeah.
So
they had games.
Yeah.
Like they had games. They had food. They was taking shots every hour. And everybody had to pay I think it was $15 to make a candle.
Yeah.
I made one. But it was a fun experience. And I was like, I didn't know what to expect, but I definitely was like, yeah, this is something I would definitely go to, even if by myself or a date night vibe or something like that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. What's the location? Got all that information yet?
Yes, so the location is going to be here in Columbia.
Metro.
Like off the North Main area, and I ain't want to give out the exact.
Okay,
the location is secured, but we're gonna be we'll have some details for you at least before the end of this week. So everything will be released.
We gonna stay tuned.
Make sure you follow Get Litty on Instagram, Facebook, and you're following Red Flame on Instagram, Facebook, because details will be posted.
Word, I'm buying a ticket. I'm pulling up.
We appreciate you.
I'm pulling up.
Yes, sir.
Pulling up, man. I can get into that.
It's gonna be an experience.
Word. I love the fact that you doing events too.
Yeah.
Because that's how you grow branches from the brand. We got candles, but we do events. We teach.
Because I met her at the flea market. I told you I do the flea market. US 1 on Saturdays and Sundays.
You did say that.
So I be at
the flea
market.
You.
Yeah.
You a real hustler.
I be out grinding. I grew up on the flea market though.
Me
so
too.
Like my mom used to take us flea market Saturdays, Sundays. We get up, get dressed.
Oh, you a real hustler.
Flea market, yeah.
So I want since we spoke about this off camera, right? So tell the people about the flea market, and we just building right here. Like the flea market is different from just a vendor of it.
Yeah.
Talk about the flea market when it comes to selling, just a little bit.
The flea market is a different environment.
Pros and cons.
So some pros of the flea market is that there's no micromanaging. you basically just get to set your price and live your life. The interacting with other vendors, that's how I met Liddy. That's how I met Beard Gang. He does beard oil. I met a lot of people that have their own small black owned businesses, and so that's the networking and connection part. That's very, very, it's very helpful. The cons.
What's the cons?
Baby, it get hot out there sometimes. I started off out there in December. I ain't wanted the heat don't bother me. It's the cold. Like
okay.
I started off December. Yeah. Man, I used to be out there like this trying to sell candles, but you warm yourself up the more interactive you with your people. I
get you one of them heaters.
We ain't got no place to plug nothing up out there.
They don't charge for I thought they got some booths. You can pay for electric.
If you've been out there for about 25, 30 years, you already plugged in.
And they clogged them up.
Yeah. So but it's cool. It's cool because we keep each other warm through laughter. It's a real funny vibe. The cons sometimes it can be. It's not as safe. You got some. I done had some incidents, well, not from my table, but people get stole from. You got people just it's just it's a hit or miss sometimes too. So.
But I love when you told me that. You said, I be at the flea market. Oh, you different. Because I have people like, yo, B's over the next event. Bruh, the flea market, or sis, the flea market open every weekend.
I ain't waiting on no event. It open on Wednesdays too. It open on Wednesdays too now.
You hear? She ain't waiting on no event.
I ain't waiting on no event.
It's a flea market open in America every weekend, even during the week. You don't have to wait on no event. You can literally go pull up and pay your fee and set your stuff up.
$15, $25.
$25, and you got people like her family back in the day that it's a tradition to go to the flea market.
And people still, it's a tradition still, because a lot of my regulars, they come to the flea market expecting to see me. Now at first, like the thing about the flea market, and just like with any business, you have to show people that you're consistent. So the more I start showing up and showing up and showing up, and even when I didn't make no money, sometimes I wasn't even making my booth fee back, but I still showed up and I still came back, and it started getting better. So like, got some of my old people, my young people, just be so happy, like I've been looking for you, couldn't figure out where you was, but I'd be like,
And the beautiful thing about what you're selling is once you use it, it's gone. It ain't like a shirt.
You gotta come back.
You gotta come back.
You gotta come back.
Once you use that candle, you gotta get another one.
Yes, sir.
So I applaud you for that, because you don't really see a lot of people utilizing that. But I think in the South, I think anywhere, because you could go to New York, they still, selling on the roads, on the streets, and all that. But in the South, where we have flea markets is big, you still can eat. I know people that's all they do. Yeah. They vend Wednesday to Sunday.
Yeah.
So I applaud you for that, man. That's big. That's big. Real Flame Candles. She outside with it, man.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you so much, man. Big Motion Podcast. This is a hip-hop based podcast where we interview entrepreneurs, movers and shakers, anybody having big motion, doing their thing in the community. We do artists, all that, but it's hip-hop based, of course. You see the room, we DJs. Yes, so before we go, I got to ask you one question.
What's up?
Top 5 rappers dead or alive, who you got? Red Flame.
Top
5 rappers who dead or alive, who you got? Red Flame Candles lit.
All right, man.
Who you got? Don't look at the wall.
I'm trying not to, man. I'm trying not to. I love rap.
I'm just kidding. You can
all right,
the wall.
All right. So I like Snoop.
Okay, wow.
I do like Snoop. I love Tupac. I'm a Tupac fan. Yes.
Yeah, okay,
I grew up off Tupac with my uncle.
Okay. 2 more. You on the West Coast heavy right now.
Yeah. I like Lil Baby.
Yeah, okay.
He's my mom. I like Baby.
He's the biggest out right now. One of the biggest.
What's another good rapper? I love DMX.
Damn,
DMX gonna always be one of my favorite rappers.
DMX, the dog.
And
one more.
One more. I give you 2, Jay-Z and Nas, because I like both of them. Yeah. Song Cry, Jay-Z, that's one of my
your
favorites.
List. Your list hard. Your list hard. Red Flame Candles. She really a hip-hop head. I can see that now. Red Flame Candles in the building. It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Getting to know you. even better. That's why I love doing these interviews, Big Motion Podcast, because I get to meet so many amazing people and not only meet them, but really get their backstory. I'm one of those interviewers. I like to know, when you was a child, what was you doing? Because some people be like, yeah, I used to go hang out with my dad at the store, and that's how I got into business. But you like that first person to go over the hill in your family to set the example that, hey, we can work for ourselves, and that's very important, especially in the black family, because we at the bottom of the wealth gap, and we need people like you to show others, hey, you can go to work and all that, and that's cool too, because we all need each other. We need consumers. We need the working class, but we can get true wealth through business. Yeah. And so I got to applaud you for that, and I thank you for coming by, taking the time to come by.
Thank you for having me.
The New Year is coming, so Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
And I wish you much success in your business. God bless, peace, and love. You got any last words for the people?
No, I'm just thankful. Just I tell everybody, keep looking up, keep doing what you're doing, because it's inspiring and motivating.
Thank you.
I'm just thankful to have had this opportunity, and I just look forward to.
We
I know the best is yet to come for both of us.
We locked in, man. The next time I'm gonna see you is for the candle making event.
Yes, sir.
Unless we happen to arrange each other before then, but
February the 11th.
Yeah, I'm definitely pulling up for that for sure, man.
Y'all make sure y'all get them.
Matter of fact, plug your social media one more time so they can know.
All right, so on Facebook I'm Anneka Brown. Yeah. That's my personal page.
How you spell that for them real quick?
ANNEKA.
Right.
Last name Brown, like the color brown.
Okay.
And then for Rare Flame Candles, it's just Rare RARE Flame Candles. Instagram is Candles So Rare, but you can just type in Rare Flame Candles and you'll be able to find us. And we on TikTok. We on TikTok at Candles So Rare too. So make sure y'all follow us on TikTok.
Vibes.
Yeah.
Get that content in. You got a permanent booth at the flea? Or you just kind of bounce around?
Baby, I'm locked in with the flea market.
You there? I'm gonna pull up on you soon. I'm gonna pull up on you soon. Yo, y'all make sure y'all check out Rare Flame Candles. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And stay tuned in. Big Motion Podcast. I go by the name of Bezo803 on their social media. And the next time we see y'all, it'll be 2024. So Happy New Year's. Peace and love. And we catch y'all next time. We out. Big shout out DJ Effect. Ben Mikey, what's up?